Hey everyone, welcome back to yet another episode of GenAI Vlog. So I'm very excited to share with you guys a little bit of exploratory research on this new model came out by Chinese research company Baidu. It's actually given a funny name called ERNIE 4.5. This is actually a small language model, right? So, instead of going big, 100 billion, 200 billion, now we're going small. So we're talking about zero point 0.3 billion parameters and I believe this is a PyTorch version. So let's take a look at the artifact. Yeah, so tokens is here. The model tensors here. This is by PyTorch. So this is the model car. Here's a highlight. It's advanced capabilities of the ERNIE 4.5 model. Particularly, it's trained using mixture of experts and a couple of technical innovations. Here, the multimodal heterogeneous mixture of experts, scaling efficient infrastructure with a novel heterogeneous hybrid parallelization, things like that. I don't really know the details of these, specifically the technical details. I'll have to dive into the paper to see what's going on. But on a high level, I believe it's a combination of supervised learning and reinforcement learning. Oh, it's written here, SFT, and a little bit of a reinforcement learning. So that's on a high level what the model is doing. Here's a couple of key values about the model. You can use Hugging Face CLI, things like that. And then there's a SFT and then a DPO. So we're not talking about a complicated training strategy. We're basically saying, hey, we're treating this as token prediction. After that, we're doing a little bit of reinforcement learning. I believe there might be human feedback in the loop as what's going on here with a little bit of a reasoning, things like that. Then they're able to pull this off with 8 GPU, 16 GPU, something like that. So that's a highlight of what a model card is telling us. Let's dive into the code just a little bit. I'll try to use this model. We're gonna see Colab is actually having this Colab interface, but I am going to do this line by line. So I'm going to go to transformer. Let's see. There's auto model for causal LM. And you can use transformer pipeline. That's one thing. And then I think you can also use code snippet. Here's a code snippet, which I think I'm gonna go from here, right? Here it's Hugging Face Hub, which give you inference client. So I'm gonna start from there, and then we're gonna see how it goes. So we're gonna load in this, and then this is the environment variable. We're gonna set up a HF token. So I'm gonna grab the secrets using Colab Secrets Manager. And then in this case, I'm grabbing the Hugging Face token. So Hugging Face token, just like that. That's going to give me the token. And once it's loaded, I will have to grant access, just like that. Once I have the token in the memory, I can then put the token here. So what I'm going to do is HF token. I'm going to say that, and then we are good to go. Let's see if this answers the question. Question here is what is capital of France? It says capital of France is Paris. So it's actually pretty fast. Uh, and then I can actually say something like something simple, right? Tell me a joke. Run it. I will sending another message, another API call to the model. It's funny. He actually give me a Chinese, right? He's actually give me Chinese, which is very interesting. How about I say in English? It should be able to give us English. So it's a multimodality, multi-language. Is there a detailed notes about what kind of language? Definitely it's multi-language. Obviously, has Chinese inside. I have not seen it's just a list of language, but I guess we're gonna have to read this paper. But yeah, that's essentially how you make API calls. So fairly straightforward. We're gonna take a look at streaming. So I think that's something that could be really interesting because today's day and age, you don't want a user to wait for a long time, right? It's all about UX, right? The user experience. So same setup. I'm gonna set up HF token, just like what I did above. Instead of printing out the entire chat completion, response message, here I'm going to stream it, meaning that I am going to take the chunk from the stream. I'm going to print it out word by word. So let's see how that goes. So same question, right? What is cap friends? This should be able to print out one by one. It might be too short. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say write a 100-word paragraph about Paris. See if this gives us the streaming and make the streaming a little bit more. Yeah, so it's printing out one by one, as you can see. And essentially, we're doing token by token. Now, token doesn't necessarily mean one word. Sometimes it can be a phrase. So that's definitely something interesting. So there you go. Now what you can do is you can probably wrap this in a user interface, such as Streamlit application or Gradio app, things like that. And then you can probably deploy somewhere. So let's see how that goes. I can probably just go with the streaming version. You can take this, and then let's go to ChatGPT. And this kind of task, you can pretty much use ChatGPT to take care of it. I can say I have the following instance code using Huggingface and transformer. I'll put the code down here. I want you to give me a Streamlit application with session to manage history of conversation. And I'm planning on deploying in Huggingface. Give it to me, complete script in one.py file. Make it island compliant. So this should be able to stub out a structure. Should be pretty straightforward. And then we can then go to Hugging Face to load it up. So I think on the surface, this looks all good. But what I need to do is I need to be able to handle the secrets a little bit more elegantly. So I think this is probably going to go into a small bug because on Streamlit, I believe it's a different version. So I'm deploying this on Streamlit using Hugging Face. So I think you probably want to use OS environment and grab token from Hugging Face secrets, something like that. I believe it will basically use a different framework instead of using .py or using the pyinf or .inf. Now we're using os.environment. This assumes that you have a Hugging Face token loaded in that particular secrets for that app. So let's see if this works, right? We're just trying here. We're just trying. So let's go to Hugging Face. I'm going to do this from scratch. What we're going to do is going to go to a new space, and then we're going to say ERNIE, and this is a 4.5 demo. What we're going to do is give it an MIT version, and then we're going to say Docker, and then we're going to say Streamlit, and everything else, I can just leave it as it is. I can say create space, and this should be able to launch a space for me. Now all I need to do is go into files and update the source. That's a Streamlit app. And I can just grab this and put it inside of this app. I'm not sure if I need this to be in the requirements file. Do I need this to be in requirements file? This is deployed on Hugging Face. Is it built in? I don't know. Let's ask ChatGPT to see if it knows that. It should be, right? Because it's the same infrastructure. So I should be able to have that. That's the app.py. Let's say commit to make sure the code changes is reflected. Streamlit app.py, that's there. That's the source. It has one Python script. And then let's take a look at Docker file. Dockerfile should be able to basically pull everything, install the requirements, and then fire it up, right? Streamlit run, it's a support 8501, so all that's straightforward. I believe this should be able to work. We're gonna wait a limit. We're gonna wait a little bit and come back to see if we can see the actual app happening. Now, of course, one thing I know it's not gonna work is the secret. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to grab this Huggingface token, and I'm gonna physically go into the settings, and then I'm gonna add a secret. So what I mean by that is new secret, and then here I'm gonna say HF token. I'm gonna paste it here. I'll pause the video and come back. So there you go. I just created a secret HF token. Now it should be able to be read from the script, which let me take you here. You should be able to see it in the code right there. It's loaded as environment variable. Let's see. Okay, it's restarting the app right now. Let's go to the app. Let's see what this thing look like. The module name Hugging Face Hub. That's interesting because I thought we have it. So what we're gonna do is add this to the requirements file. So we're gonna go to files, go to requirements, and then go to edit, and then I should be able to physically put it in here. Just like that. Let's say commit. So then the code will be reflected. Now it will reinstall, rebuild, and let's wait a little bit to see what it looks like. Awesome. I think we've got it. That's the app. Let's say something. So tell me a joke. There you go. With streaming and with the API, and we can invoke ERNIE model. This is ERNIE 4.5 demo. Let's say something a little bit more interesting. What is 1 plus 2 subtract 34 divided by 23? I'm curious if we'll be able to compute this. Oh, that's interesting. So let's give a little bit of a chain of thought and then finally give this response. Let's verify this, shall we? So let's go here, run it, 1.52. That's the answer. 1.52, that's the answer. So it looks correct. One thing that we're missing is the message in the middle. Somehow we're missing the message from the user because I asked a question, right? And somehow it's not there. So let's go to the script. Let's see if we can do a little bit of debugging. There must be somewhere that we are not really appending the message correctly. So here says assistant, and then says append the user message. Is it going to display it? That's my question. So once it appends it, is it going to display it? Let's see, there must be a markdown somewhere to display the chat. So display chat, display markdown content, like this user, else markdown here with assistant. So if there's a display, that is supposed to work, but it's only working if this code is being called. But if we are inside this script, it may or may not be called. So that is interesting. So let me ask ChatGPT to see how it fixes it. But my suspicion is somewhere in this if statement, we should be able to do some sort of st.markdown to display that message somehow. As user message, we need to display it. So let me say, I deployed it and I can talk to it, no problem. But I can only see assistant message, and from the second user message, I do not see it. Help me debug what's going on. I suspect that we might not be appending message and displaying it correctly. So let's see what ChatGPT tells us. It might hallucinate, but it might also fix the problem. So let's see what's going on. You need to reorder the logic slightly. That's kind of what I suspect as well. So initiate with the session, but it display in the middle. So that's kind of what I'm looking for as well. What if I just take this code and then swap it? Let's see if that fixes the problem. So let's go into edit, and then let's go to main. This is a main function. So let's highlight that. I believe that's it. So now we are displaying this chat in the middle, right? So let's see if this works. So commit the changes. So now the changes are reflected in the app. It's going to rebuild the app, relaunch it, and then let's see how this works. And either it works or it doesn't. If it works, great. If it doesn't, that's okay. We already tried it. We know how the API works. And yeah, let's just see what this looks like. Awesome. So let's see. Tell me a joke. That's a joke. Great. Let's see. What's the capital city of China? There we go. So it's able to append this, say what that is, and great. So regular conversation, chit-chatting, we have no problem. Let's think about coding, right? So write a Python function about, or let's say that generates Fibonacci sequence. Let's see if that works. Great, that's there. It should be able to work. With a little bit of an explanation. That's awesome. Great. So that's English. Now let's see if we can enter Chinese. So I'm gonna say 你好. That means hello. Tell me a joke. 给我讲个笑话. Right, tell me a joke. So let's see if it says Chinese. Interesting, right? So instead of me translating this, let me just say, please translate the Chinese joke above into English. So this way you can actually read it off the translation instead of me have to translate it for you, right? His joke translated in English, a programmer is debugging a program and suddenly he notices an interesting bug in it. So he decides to ask his friend for help. Friend says, don't worry, there's a bug in your code that I can't fix. What can we do? Programmer says, I have a bug in my code where an null pointer difference exception occurs. It's just a small problem. We can work on it. That's funny. So that's something interesting. Yeah, there you go. So that's how you build inference script, how you deploy in the Streamlit application on Huggingface. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next episode.